Hi, so now I will be presenting my this week's assignment. So first question asked us to print this star pattern. I have done this here. So what and my code for it is uh, here. So I have done this using this format. And other than that, the next question asked us to print a solid star. Sorry, which I have done uh, in here using a vertex duplication, and this is my solid star being printed. It's pretty much the same, I feel. Uh, Third asked us to change the order and still be able. Why is it not working? So I did make it work by changing the input layout. uh, must be this, I think. In here, I have changed the input layout from position color to color position, and sorry, and it still renders. So that was what needed to be changed. And for the fourth one, we had to print this using constant buffer, so I've done that. And here I have changed the shader to have two colors, so two float values, uh, float 4 array, and in comes the position and the color number, out goes the pixel data, the system value position, and the color number. Then this is pretty standard, and in the pixel shader I check for the color number that came, and depending on that I print out the active color. So if we go in here, I have used what was required, like the index, only the index int I have used here to pass it, and using that and the constant buffer here, I can print the star that was required. If I change this to line and let's say run it again, it makes it line. So this is basically the assignment projects. And for the further work, the first question asks us what's the difference between constant buffer and shader constant. So constant buffer are data buffers, so bunch of bytes, they can be changed at runtime by the CPU, while shader constants help in connecting information in the shader to the constant buffer. So to summarize, so the constant buffer is some block of memory on the graphics card, and the shader constant is what the shader uses to access the constant buffer's array of memory. For the second, it said that why are we not able to print this white screen in the background, and because that the math is correct, and uh, instead we get this. So I'm not entirely sure, but for this, I think in here, two, they are two different objects. So if I use this code, I am able to do what is expected, but uh, so this gets printed further away from the center. There is white. There is more white, I would say, comparatively. Uh, and the background cannot be white because this is the object we are attaching the shader to. It's not attached to the background. And in here, if I turn this white, then it will become white. But otherwise, using the shader that is attached to that particular entity, I don't think we can make the background white. So as soon as this runs, yeah, so thank you. That was my assignment.